A typical day here at Crema consists of making a pour over in the morning when I get in, so that we can have some good coffee. So usually when I get in, I will sort of, do like a brain dump of everything that I need to do for the day. I like to write things out on physical paper, little check boxes or whatnot, just to kind of see what tasks I have for that day. We have a pretty flexible schedule here, so sometimes if I don't have any meetings until the afternoon, I might work from home in the morning until the afternoon, and then come in so that I can make those meetings. We do a lot of collaboration with other teams and also the other developers here. So being able to pull over other developers while I'm working on a specific issue is really good. My career was in IT for a long time, and I was doing that for many years. I never really had a specific specialty in IT, like I did some networking, I worked at a data center. The technical aspect always interested me, but I never had a specific thing. I was working, however, on trying to open up my own martial arts school for a long time. I had a friend who was in web development for about 10 years at the time, and he was a full stack developer, and he was like, I think that you'd be really good at this, and I think that your creativity and sort of technical ability would lend itself to this career in this field. He was giving me some one-on-one tutorials, kind of basic stuff, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but he was just like, I think that you'd really do well doing one of these online learning platforms like Code School or Team Treehouse. I spent 90 days just working my butt off really hard in Team Treehouse, and then I applied for my first junior role at a company, a junior developer role. The recruiter told me that I didn't have enough experience to apply for the job, so they weren't going to submit my resume. I did a little searching on Google and found out what the company was based on their description to me, and submitted my resume directly to them, and then a week later I had the job. I don't condone always going around recruiters, especially if you know one that's really good and you have a relationship with them, but this one really didn't want to work with me, and they were pretty adamant about not submitting me, so I thought it was okay at that point to go around people and do that. So that's sort of how I got into it, and that was about 3 years ago, and that's I've loved it ever since. It's a really, really good career move. So anytime we make an extra pour over, we always post it in our Slack channel, our Slack coffee channel, and Paul has responded that he would like a cup of coffee. So web development to me is really awesome because you get like a lot of instant gratification with what you're building. You get to see what you're making, and whatever changes you make have pretty immediate effect. So that's one of the things that I love about that, but also not so much of just building like an application. I'm also like a problem solver. We have the freedom to kind of come up with solutions, and so I love being able to look at something not just as here, make this, but look at it as a problem to be solved. It really challenges my brain. Every single day I'm challenged by something. Every single day I get to be creative. Every single day I'm learning something brand new. So that's one of the things that I think is so awesome about a career in web development. So my favorite thing about working at Crema is that I get to work at Crema. I know that sounds a little weird, but it's everything that kind of goes along with it. Whether it's the results-based culture, we have a lot of freedom and flexibility in our schedule and when and where we do our work. As long as we're getting those results done and meeting our timelines and all of that, we get to work wherever, whenever we want to, which is really nice. Free pour-overs is pretty good too. The people are fantastic here. Everybody genuinely wants to hear your opinion on something. They want to see all sides of an issue. Everybody very much wants you to do your best, and they want the best out of you. So they're going to put their best in you so that you get the best out of everybody. And Crema has a really awesome policy around growth. So they want to make sure that their employees are growing, because the better that their employees get, the better that Crema becomes. We have things like Innovation Lab Friday, which is every other Friday we do an innovation lab. And what that means is, during that Friday you can build something cool, learn something new. It's a time that's dedicated to improvement. So for anybody out there who is looking to get into web development, whatever area you're trying to get into, whether it's specifically front end, user experience, back end development, or if you want to become a full stack developer and do it all, the main thing that I would say is continue to learn. Never stop learning. You're going to learn something new every single day. Don't feel like you have to master everything, because you're never going to know everything. I think we Google things here on a daily basis, and we learn something new every single day. So always have your mind open and always be flexible and willing to learn something new. So if you really want that knowledge to stick, you need to build your own stuff. Never stop growing, never stop learning, and always build your own stuff. And I think that will really elevate you to the next level. And it's not just about having those check marks of, I did this tutorial, I did this tutorial, I did this, but being able to show a company that you're applying for all of the work that you've done on your own, that you've created, I think is very important. I'm a new addition to the crayon box. Let's see. Can I be two?
Yeah.
All right. So I would be periwinkle, because it's a really cool light blue gray combination, and I love blues. But just that name is hysterical. So I absolutely love the name periwinkle. It's a fun color. And then probably cobalt. That's probably my favorite color of blue, is just that really nice, bright, dynamic blue. And I think that is sort of representative of my personality. I'm somewhat vibrant and dynamic, and love talking and getting to know people. So it's a very friendly, dynamic blue color. So.